what was K13?
Oh, it doesn't matter.
It does matter. Because if it was like, hey, you know what?
Monday morning, toast in my hand. Flip on the speakers, I'm part of the band. Russ tells a story, Ryan starts to laugh. Ren's got a hot take, James breaks it in half. Chris hits record and the room comes alive. 5 friends talking like you just arrived. Songs of FM, we're all tuning in. Every little ramble feels like we're your kin. Songs of FM, let the nonsense begin. If you're here for the vibes, you already win. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Russ, Ryan, Red, James, Chris again.
How's everybody doing? Welcome to S1E5. We've done 5 episodes. This will be our 5th episode of the Songs of FM podcast. By now, you have hopefully watched the first 4 episodes and enjoyed episode 4 with our special guest, Mr. Josh Shepard. But this is going back to episode 3. We have there was a topic that we brought up that it has grown legs. I'll just say that.
I couldn't let it go, man. I just couldn't let it go.
Yeah, and you got 2 on one. You got the bookends are Ryan and Rennie, and then the 3 of us, the rest of the 3 of us, we're kind of in the middle, but we're going to dedicate an entire episode to our topic of K13. But first, Ryan, did you have any wrongs?
This is unprecedented, but we somehow in episode 4 went perfect. There was no wrongs.
Really?
No wrongs at all.
We need the
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to- there you go, Chris.
unofficial-
There's an
It's
opportunity.
the unofficial results. But I
And
found no wrongs.
we had no wrongs, and there it is.
There it is.
Yay!
I was looking for one.
I was too.
So no wrongs in episode 4. We may have, if there's a viewer out there that watched it or listened to it, and you found a wrong that Ryan didn't find, send it to us. songsofm at gmail.com
And we'll
or on
dispute it.
Facebook or any of the other social media platforms. With that, I think it's time to pay the bills. Reynolds?
All right, let's make some money, guys. This episode of Songs of FM is brought to you by Zima. Zima, because sometimes beer is just too beer. Remember the 90s when your biggest responsibility was rewinding VHS tapes and pretending you liked whatever was playing on TRL? Well, crack open a Zima. Definitely something your dad secretly tried, let me tell you. It's perfect for watching Beverly Hills 90210 reruns. Zima, clear enough to see your poor decisions forming.
Good one, Zima. If we mixed Zima and a Crystal Pepsi, wonder what that would do.
Ooh,
I think the world would explode.
green.
Okay, as I stated there just a minute ago, the topic of K13 has grown legs, and we've thrown it out to the public to give us their opinions on what K13 was. Ryan brought that up in our "What Is in My Brain" segment on episode 3, and like I said, it's taken on a life of its own. So, Ryan, take it away.
So, with a lot of issues facing the country and debate among us Americans on topics like artificial intelligence, the nuclear arms race, and immigration, here at Songs of FM, we are doing our part by dedicating an entire show to tackle a tough topic of K13. The reference
Right on.
K13 comes from a line in the 1991 single Straight Tequila Night, released by John Anderson and written by Debbie Hupp and the late Kent Robbins. Considered by many as his comeback single, Straight Tequila Night was John Anderson's first #1 single since 1983. What is K13? If you really want to know, she comes here a lot. She just likes to hear the music and dance. K13's her favorite song. If you play it, you may have a chance. Now, in full transparency, this is not an original thought that I had, but it's something I saw on TikTok or maybe a Facebook reel, and I spent hours researching.
As
I have
you
a lot
do.
of questions.
As you do.
Is it a dancing song? Is it a love song? Is it the same song that gets her thinking about him and ready to fight?
Mm.
We'll have all the answers in the next 1 to 7 hours.
Finally.
Back to you in the studio, Russ.
Okay, so we're going to go round table and talk about it, but first we need we're going to have the actual music video playing for you because you may get clues from that. And once we get that rolling, we will start discussions, and I would like to start with James this time around. You kind of give me your thoughts on it. Stuff. Don't reveal your answer. We'll do that at the end of the show. We'll each reveal our answer, what we think K13 is. But let's start off by doing a little ode to Mystery Science Theater 3000 and the John Anderson classic, Straight Tequila Night. All right, bring that volume down just a little, Ryan. Okay.
Classic
Reynolds.
90s country intro.
Okay. All right, James.
So, if I was to, let's say, write this song, and I'm going to mention
If you play it, you might.
the possibility of another song in this song,
Yeah.
even just the selection on a jukebox,
Okay.
I would wonder what that song would have been.
Of course.
And like, I don't see it maybe as left up to interpretation. I don't know, but I would sit there and think like, well, what could that song have been? You know?
Well, watching the video myself, I kind of, took the clues of, like how she's dressed. She's dressed really modestly. She's not one of those prim and proper gals that wears a dress or, leopard print or anything like that. Black t-shirt, blue jeans. She is drinking a little bit of wine there, but you just don't want her drinking tequila, apparently, because she's ready to fight. But this scene in particular right here, I know Rennie's got thoughts on that.
What, the bathtub scene?
Oh, yeah.
Well, the fact that we've got the emerging 80s most popular dance floor as a bathroom floor is pretty amazing. I mean,
Looks like the floor in the Max in Saved by the Bell.
this tells me this girl likes to
tub's
party.
made from
even
it.
in the bathtub. And it's like, is it raining or did she just put her clothes on after getting out of the bathtub and it's still wet? Oh, I
John
guess it's
Anderson
raining.
is completely dry.
Yeah, John Anderson is dry. she said,
you
what
also-
I was really impressed with, and you can probably see it right here when they pan out on the band, is wow, what a spacious bathroom. I mean, she's got so much room for activities in there.
I just found it creepy.
Yeah, it is kind of creepy that John and the whole band is there in her bathroom.
He's at least respectful enough to keep facing forward and doesn't really look back.
Yeah.
Well, now if you go back to the scene where she's actually in the tub, and when the camera pans to him, he's kind of doing that.
Oh, he's
number.
grabbing a peek. Okay, he's grabbing a
You
peek.
got
I
him a
see.
little peek. And this is obviously was it the Route 66 bar? Was it on Route 66? So and
All
what I found
know
out
is
go ahead.
this Chablis is like, who serves Chablis in a honky tonk bar or whatever this
Yeah, really.
It's BYOB. Has to be. She brings her own Chablis. But what I found interesting is that she doesn't drink any tequila whatsoever in the video.
But we don't want to see that. That's apparently a miss. But she did go outside and start crying, so we didn't see it. So they didn't show us the tequila drinking, but she obviously did to
So
do
do
a
we
little
think she has
episode.
a problem and she's doing it where people can't see?
Yeah, she's probably doing a little personal sulking, I would imagine. So
I'd like to know where you sign up to get John Anderson just to show up and play in random places, because he was in the bar, he was in the parking lot, and he was in the bathroom.
maybe we can get him to come up here in the studio. That'd be cool.
That's right.
John, he's played in Martin a couple times at the Red, White, and Blue Festival. I know that.
I didn't know that.
Sure has.
Wow.
Now, moving on to the lyrics. If anyone wants to lead the conversation in the lyrics, that would be fabulous.
Hey, I'll start. First of all, just overall. Now, to me, this seems like this is the bartender talking to whoever the guy is. Could be John Anderson, could be somebody else, but there's a bartender involved here, and he's familiar with this situation and what happens, and he's trying to maybe help her out. Maybe he's tired of her being in the bar and he's trying to get her to move on.
That's probably
Somebody
the
else-
case.
Shenanigans
Yeah.
is getting out of
Probably.
hand.
Video.
Yeah.
It's empty, and he's like, if she freaking goes home and quits talking to me, I can close down and get out of here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've all played in bars, so we know the clientele, what the clientele can be. And this apparently doesn't appear to be one of those bars where a lot of young folks are there.
Tired of the
So-
broken glasses.
She appears to be maybe in her 30s, if I was to guess. So, but that is a good viewpoint there, Randy. That it is the bartender that is telling the story through John Anderson.
Mhm.
That he's suggesting, stay away from her. Just let her drink her Chablis and dance to K13. So, all right, we good with that? Is anybody else want to weigh in on the lyrics?
I mean, it repeats the chorus quite a few times.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kinda like we ran out of copy paste. Like we got 2 verses. Anybody thought about doing the chorus 7 times? Let's throw that in there.
Well, he's just reiterating the
Well,
warning.
I'll maybe dive into this in more detail later, but I just also wanted to point out the set of lyrics. I think it's the second verse. Just remember her heart's on the mend. If you ever come back to see her again. I think, that kind of goes by real quick, but you really got to see the phrase heart's on the mend. That has to be an important clue.
Yeah, so she's brokenhearted.
Yeah.
Yeah, heart's on the mend. So this really is a clue for the song.
Yeah.
So her favorite song focuses on that theme of flexibility, compromise, and resilience. Because you're on the mend, you're trying to get past this, whatever bad feelings you're getting. So that's kind of the direction I went, and that's
Yeah.
the lyric I got it out of.
I agree with that, but to me, it kind of depends on her personality, because a lot of people live by the out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So K13 could be one of those songs that doesn't remind her of him at all, because she plays that song to dance and is like, I ain't messing with that song bitch tonight. So, that's so K13. We have submissions from some of our musical brethren that we will all go through and let you know. But I've had some of those suggestions along those lines, and that's kind of where I'm leaning. That she's not pining or anything when she's listening to K13. It's when something else comes on, maybe B11 comes on, and it's a heartbreak song that reminds her, and that's when she starts drinking the tequila.
See, and that's where I initially was. I was initially like, oh, this is the same song that makes her mad.
Yeah.
If she's drinking tequila. But then I started thinking like Rusty. I think, it could be Funky Cole Medina or I like big butts. Who knows? And it
Oh,
makes
you
her
got to
wake
capture that, Chris. You got to capture that.
Oh yeah. Don't worry.
I'm good for about one episode. Apparently.
Personally, I like playing with the boys, and I like big butts. And you're not going to do that one, Chris. You're not going to isolate that one either.
At the end
Oh,
of the season,
really?
we tie them all together. We tie 'em all together at the end of the
We
season.
have a
Bring 'em
novel.
along the same
I'll
line.
just play, personally, I like playing with the boys in big butts.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
it is.
He
It
just
is.
done all the
Yeah.
editing for you.
Thank you.
Anything else on the lyrics, fellas?
I kind of thought, so I'm not much of a lyrical person.
Okay.
And I pretty much failed my college poetry class. 'cause
You're
I
a
can't-
toonsmith.
I can't find hidden meanings. But what if, this is just a what if the bartender doesn't know her as a regular? What if the bartender had something with her and that's why he knows? And maybe she's heartbroken and she wants the bartender back.
So something to the effect of her and her former love split up. She come in the bar one night. The bartender realized that and figured he might have a shot. He got with her, and then she turned into a stage 5 clinger.
That's
Is that
it.
what I'm hearing? Okay.
Kind
That's
of
it.
like not Garth, the Wayne's obsessive
Oh,
girlfriend.
yes.
Stacy? Was that Stacy?
Stacy.
Yes.
Yeah.
A gun rack.
Yeah. Gun. Don't own enough
So
guns to
she could
facilitate
be
a gun rack?
Stacy.
Right. Okay. So that's a good twist on that. That's a good twist. Any more on the lyrics?
I mean, I always saw it as the bartender telling somebody at the bar, "Hey, you're interested in her. this is what you have to do. And John Anderson is just the narrator of what's going on.
Yeah.
You know.
Kind of had a similar situation over at Dandy's when we played over there, when a female that so you're going to want to pay attention to the timestamp here, Chris. We refer to as McGee. She was hitting on me over at Dandy's one of the nights we played over there. The Megan wasn't there, and it was kind of one of those things where it's like, okay, this one could turn into a stage 5 clinger, and a good thing she's not drinking tequila. But any more on the lyrics, fellas? Anybody?
No, I'm ready to do a throwaway guess. if you want.
Okay, so now we're going to get to what I would consider the meat of the show. We have all gotten submissions from our musical brethren, and in one form or another, I'll say. And we're going to go through our submissions one by one. Throw it around the room. You just let us know all of your submissions, then we'll move on to the next. And I think, did you get your situation straightened out, Chris, with the notepad?
Yeah. Can somebody do a tally of the songs? That way, if we have, 5
idea.
of,
Okay.
Baby Got Back or
Man,
something
we
or
need a
whatever,
big marker board right now.
Yeah,
We
that would be
do.
nice. Okay.
So, Russ,
Sign
we
just
also
right on
have
your
some
wall.
Facebook followers.
I do it on my forehead.
we say that
Get a
again, Ryan?
crayon.
Some Facebook followers chime in. Do we
Okay,
wanna
so we just launched our Facebook to get these submissions from some of the public that decided to follow us in our infancy. Ryan, let's start with those. Let's kind of get those out of the way, and then we'll go around with our personal ones.
All right, we had Facebook follower. That's hard to say. Facebook follower, Stacia. She says K13 is definitely "I'd Love to Lay You Down" by Conway.
Okay. She went the love song route. Yeah. Okay.
And then Samantha, and I know Samantha, and she comes to a lot of our shows,
Uh-huh.
and we go out and karaoke. And this, like, I could have told you this without her replying. Hers was 2 Dozen Roses. Duh, is what she said, by Shenandoah.
2 Dozen Roses. Duh. Okay. All right.
Now, did you make sure
John
these are
Adams.
pre-1991?
Yeah, that's the thing is you've got to check all these songs
Uh,
for them to qualify.
In the 70s. Shenandoah, I don't know when that was.
Anybody
Somebody
wanna-
look that up.
That
And
one
we
felt
might
more
strike
newer
that
than.
one.
Yeah,
I feel like
that's going to be right on the precipice, I think. The Shenandoah song. We'll look that up.
well,
And see.
this one's going to be really hard to
Okay.
know. It wouldn't have been on there because John Adams says, "What if the song is straight Tequila Night?"
That creates an entire paradox we have no time for.
Paradox. Paradoxes not allowed.
No, we're not Marty and Doc Brown, so we're not gonna deal with that. I mean, that's a very interesting answer, John, but that creates a whole thing that we don't even want
The
to deal
song is not self-aware. Sorry.
No. Any more, Ryan?
That's it.
So we have one last one from Veronica. She says, "Although I think it should totally be left to interpretation," which a few people did respond to, and that's kind of Rusty was leaning toward that the other day.
Mhm.
But Rennie says, "No, we're gonna know." So each individual listener can get in their own feels with it. I think a really good contender for K13 would be Keith Whitley's "Don't Close Your Eyes." It was out around
Okay.
that time, and the lyrics sell themselves to the idea of hooking up with some random dude at the bar while trying to forget the one that broke you.
Great. This is a good place for let me do my throwaway guess.
Okay.
So this may tell you how many directions I went in and how deep I went when on this ridiculous subject. So maybe it was let's just hone in on K13. That's all we need to know. K13 is the code. What will that tell us in the code of K13? Well, Keith Whitley, K. Now his real first name is Jackie.
Oh no, he's done
Jackie.
numerology.
Jackie Whitley. If you count the characters or the letters in Jackie Whitley, it's 13. So K13 is Keith Whitley. Don't Close Your Eyes, it was released in 1988 and was absolutely a jukebox staple.
Numerology. That just
Well, I'm gonna throw this one away because
But that's not my guess.
I spent a large part of my day yesterday talking to Jesse Keith Whitley,
okay.
And I feel like if it would have been a Keith Whitley song, he would have known. He would have told me. But he is blown away. He had no answer. He was like, "This is crazy," and blowing my mind. So much so that we quit talking yesterday, and he messaged me about it first thing this morning because it was.
Oh,
We have crept into the
You didn't
mind.
sleep at all.
That's cool. We've crept into the mind of a offspring of a country legend. All right.
K13.
Is that all the Facebook?
That is all the Facebook.
Okay. So now we're going to go around and give our personal ones. I think I'm going to let Chris start on that one now.
Okay. So I got a few. So my cousin Shane said, "Working on my next broken heart."
That one you definitely need to check that timing.
I have checked that timing. I think it came out the year before.
Okay. So that one qualifies.
My eldest brother, Jeremy, and I know we already talked about this, but he said Straight Tequila Night due to it being John Anderson's song and would want to promote it rather than somebody else's.
There's gonna be a black hole that forms.
Yeah, right.
You keep saying that.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna,
Two votes for Straight Tequila Night.
yeah, we're gonna, we're gonna end up in like some kind of different universe, like in the MCU or something. If we keep that
That's
up.
it.
Now I have a few others that came over. It went over to Threads, and I can't say their names, but one person said The Dance.
Okay, timing of that I think is going to be off,
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
possibly.
Someone said Falling Out of Love by Reba.
Not familiar with that one.
Me neither.
Interesting.
Had another Straight Tequila Night.
3.
Had
So
Don't
stop
Rock
it.
the Jukebox.
That well, I mean that would qualify
Yeah,
under
it
us
would.
talking about it dancing, but timing wise,
That's why
Yeah.
I'm guessing I think it's later.
maybe.
I think it is.
Then someone else said something I would never thought of.
Okay.
And I not that it would probably be in the right timing, but Please, Mr. Please by Olivia Newton-John.
Not familiar with that one either, but I would have chosen Physical.
Yeah.
The video does something to me. and it's just because of her, because I know there are, other people dancing around in that one. So that all you got, Chris?
Yes,
Get
that's
more?
all I've got.
Okay. All right. I think I'm going to take this opportunity to go this time.
Huh?
I
Yeah, we have
contacted.
some news coming in.
Excuse me.
Don't Rock the Jukebox, released May 14th, 1991.
Okay, so that
Ah.
qualifies by just a few months.
I need some breaking news sound, Chris, so you can hit it and I can come in with these as I check them.
Yeah, let's work on that.
I thought I had one, but I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, well, my submissions, I had several. Our bass player in the Suns, Cody Branham, after giving it some thought, because I presented this maybe, Wednesday or Thursday once we decided the whole episode was going to be on K13. And
Can we call Josh real quick to do the Cody impression for it?
That would be good. But I suggested to everybody, listen to the song, read the lyrics and come up with an educated guess. Cody said, after listening to it, I agree with Rennie that it was left up to the imagination of the listener. However, I'm going to say it was Unforgiven by Metallica. Timing wise,
I'm
we'll have to
surprised he
figure
even
that
knows
one
that
out,
song.
but that's going to be real close. And then his lovely wife Tyra said Neon Moon. So let's check that one and see
Yeah.
what you time wise on that one.
One
Now,
na.
there you go. So I asked our other guitar player, Ryan McCoy, on what his thoughts on it was, and he has an interesting view on it because he owns a classic jukebox. So
The
He-
very one.
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't the very one, because he said it didn't go up to K13. Okay, now this is an old one with the 45s in it now too.
Okay.
He said it didn't go up to K13, it went to K9. So I was like, that's close enough.
Ooh.
K9 is close enough. And he said what was listed in K9 was Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. So there's an interesting theory. He's just going by how his jukebox was loaded. So not
That's
a lot
cool.
Not a lot of musical thought there, I guess. Let's see here. Dustin Hoover is one of a local musician around here. Has been playing music for many years. A friend of the band, of our band, the Sons. He sat in with us many, many times. And I knew picking Dustin's brain on this was going to be good. So Dustin was suggesting, that he played in bars around that time. And that most jukeboxes weren't loaded with many current songs. They featured a lot of classic songs. So I quote him saying, "I don't think it was a country song at all. Definitely rock and roll. I'll explain. I was in a lot of places with jukeboxes in and before 92, in rural areas. Not sure the song location. Most jabs were filled with older songs, popular 70s and 80s, not so much current. I'm going with old-time rock and roll. It makes her dance. It was everybody's favorite song, non-musical wise, and in such an environment." So that was
I kind of like that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
I liked that suggestion.
When you said rock and roll, I'm like, it's got to be a Bob Seger song.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I spoke with my friend John Hicks. He is a local musician. Most recently, he was in a band called Taking Up Crosses. They are a Christian rock band. And when I presented him with the song, he had already found the rabbit hole. So he had already been thinking about that.
He was in recovery. He had climbed out, and you sucked him right back in.
I did.
He's
I did.
checking into mental hospital now.
Yep. So John suggested that it was very interesting. It was the electric slide. She's going to dance to that with all the other women and some men, dancing the electric slide out there. And that's the one that makes her feel good. She's got her Chablis in hand until the bartender says, "No drinks on the dance floor." And then she has to put her Chablis down, and then they do that and probably the Cupid Shuffle. So John says it was the electric slide.
And the Cupid
My only problem with that,
Back in 1991, the Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah.
Was it?
No, I don't know. Electric slide was before that. I'm pretty
Right.
sure.
Yeah. Wrongs.
What were you saying, Randy?
my only problem with that is it's got to be danceable. I mean, she's by herself. That's got to be a cue if we're going to use the video for clues. I
Okay.
mean, sure, she could dance that all day long by herself, but I think it wants us to know that this is a song that's danceable as a group, solo, with a partner. So it's
you
kind
don't
of got to hit all the
well, I mean,
bases.
I think the electric slide hits all those bases. And I have been in many a bar where there's not been many people there, playing to maybe 4 or 5 people, and one woman gets up and does the electric slide. I've witnessed that.
Well,
But is she just having a glass of wine, or is she already hitting that tequila and does not realize that she's the only person there?
Well, she's probably already killed an entire bottle of Chablis. So, okay, so now we'll move on to the laid back country picker. Anybody's familiar with him? McGoffin County Cadillac. He is a friend of the band. He sat in with us a few times, and I presented him with the question, and he had a very short, very matter of fact answer. And Ryan kind of stole my thunder a little earlier, because laid back country picker says, without a doubt, Funky Cold Medina by Tone Loc. Now, I know the timing does work for that one, so that one is definitely good. Now, and I've got one more that we got a video submission from one of my best friends in the world. He is a longtime radio personality here in our area, Mr. Jammin' Jamie Johnson. I asked him the question, and he was absolutely enthralled in it. He's probably still digging himself out of that rabbit hole as we speak, because he was very into it. And I knew he would be. That's why I asked him. So I got a video clip. Here's Jamie with his thoughts on K13.
Hey guys, loving the Songs of FM podcast. It's really good. Can't wait to see all the different episodes and everything going on. All right, so this K13 debate thing. It's kind of odd that when Russ called me, he says, "Hey, if I say K13 to you, do you know what I'm talking about?" And immediately I said, "It's a John Anderson song." Yeah. I never really gave a lot of thought to the fact that you never know what that song is. I have played that song on the radio countless times. Love that song. Love John Anderson. But I had never really given much thought to what K13 would be. So It's a very good question. I can't believe it. Doughboy is the one that came up with it. But anyway, all that being said, at first I thought it might be a cheating song because I'm thinking she's drinking tequila, she's wearing the jukebox out. There used to be a song by Vern Gosdin years ago called "Set 'Em Up Joe." That's similar. Talk about playing "Walking the Floor Over You" by Ernest Tubb over and over and over, and he wanted to hear it while he was drinking. That's not what this instance is. If you read the lyric says if you play it, referring to K13, you might have a chance. So it must be some kind of fun song that she likes. It must be a song that makes her feel good, not something that she's sitting there throwing them back to. So I would to say that it's probably, if it's a fast song, you want to get out and shake. It's 1992. I'm thinking it must be something that's older on the jukebox. So maybe it's Devil Went Down to Georgia by Charlie Daniels Band, if it's an upbeat song. But me personally, if I'm in there and I'm trying to hit up on a girl at the bar, I'm not going to try to hit her up on a fast song.
That's a good point.
I want to hit her up on a love song. So if it's in that time period, there ain't nobody better you'd find on a honky tonk jukebox for a love song than George Strait. So I want to go for George Strait's song. And for some reason, the song that came to my mind was "You Look So Good in Love."
Oh.
And maybe you look good in love with me. Well, there you go. My guess is George Strait, "You Look So Good in Love," for the Mystery K13 song. You guys are rocking. We'll see you later.
That was a great guess.
Yeah, it was great.
So that
was my initial thought too. Was it's got to be in that time period. It has to be George Strait,
right?
But everything that came to my head was later George Strait.
Because what that would allude to is that any fast song, because he is right. Because majority of the men, myself included, if I was in a bar and I wanted to ask a girl to dance or a woman to dance, it really wouldn't be to a fast song. It would be to a slow song.
100%.
So,
have you seen me move at all?
No. No.
There's a reason.
All right, so those are my submissions that I had. Let's jump down to James.
I'm glad you jumped down to me because you'll see why in a second.
Okay.
Well, we have some breaking news real quick.
Okay.
Neon Moon, February 24th, 1992. Unforgiven, October 28th, 1991. And we had another one. 2 Dozen Roses was in 1989.
So two of those qualified.
Which one are we striking? Neon Moon?
Was it 92? You said
it was February 24th of 92.
That one. Well, Neon Moon come out in December of 91, though, right?
No, Neon Moon came out February 24th.
I mean, Straight Tequila Night come out
91.
December 91.
91.
So it just misses the cut by a couple months.
Yeah,
we're striking
it. But Metallica makes it. So
Metallica makes it.
Yep. All right, James.
It's a shot. So I've got 3 submissions back.
Okay.
From some folks I texted. Robert Daniels, he is the front of house audio engineer at the Mountain Arts Center.
Yep.
He says he thinks it's Keith Whitley's version of "When You Say Nothing at All."
Okay.
The timeline works out, and it could have been plenty of others, but I like to live in a world where this woman's favorite song is that one.
Nice submission, Rob. Thank you.
I like that one. Mark Stevens.
The great Mark Stevens. Mentioned on the last episode in length.
Yes. And he's also the musical director of Billie Jean's Kentucky Opry.
Okay.
That's at the Mountain Arts Center.
Nice.
So he's very musical, but he's a man of few words.
Okay. Like the laid back country picker, right? Yeah.
Exactly. I say Tequila Sunrise by the Eagles, and that's it.
Okay. Well, that one definitely qualifies.
It qualifies. And then we've got Josh Martin. He is a native. All of us know him, have played with him. Yep. And he's the front man for the Newgrass, I guess you'd call it Newgrass band, Woodbox Heroes.
Yep.
And he's used to be related to Jamie, correct?
Yeah, he was related through marriage. I mean, they still are very good friends. So,
gotcha.
And then he was Rennie and I were in a band with him for a few years back in the day, Bipro Station. So we know Josh well.
He wanted to submit a video, but he was in a session all week and just didn't have time.
Okay.
He said, well, this song was released in 1992. 91, but
December, so.
yeah. So it was likely written in the late 80s.
Okay.
Right in the prime of the King's career.
Another George Strait.
And since she is looking for a neon glow dance partner to chase away old love, I've got to say it has to be a two-stepping love song. George Strait's "You Look So Good in Love"
Oh,
That's funny.
is exactly what would get them in the middle of the hardwood spinning in circles.
I'm telling you, and Jamie had no clue of that.
Had no clue.
They were former brother-in-laws, still very close, and they both came up with the same song and had very good points on those. So to me, that makes that one a strong contender, fellas.
And Josh says hi to everyone.
All right. That'd be great if we could get him on at some point.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're going to move on to Ryan. Ryan has some interesting submissions.
I got to pull them up here because I've been trying to chart and research and all that at the same time.
Okay.
So give me a second. All right. So Burt Reynolds' love child and bassist Dalton Rose says that I think there are just too many factors to ever know what song K13 really was. Mainly because no two jukeboxes were the same back then. Every bar had its own machine, its own set of records, and its own numbering system. So K13 could have been a completely different song depending on where you were. We also don't know if she was in a country bar or a fancy bar, which would make a big difference in what songs were available. Since she just loved to hear the music and dance, we don't even know if she preferred dancing to slow songs or fast songs. Though because it's a heartbreak song, I personally don't think it would have been a fast one. Since it was a country song, I'm assuming she was probably in a country bar, so K13 would likely have been a country song too. And because her heart was on the mend, it was probably a sad song. It also would have to be a song released before December 3rd, 1991, and probably not too old since women usually gravitate toward newer music. So if I were to guess what song K13 was on the jukebox in Straight Tequila Night, I'd say it was Rumor Has It by Reba McEntire, released in 1990.
That's the second Reba song.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't familiar with the first one suggested, but this one I am.
No, but I am familiar with that one.
Yep. So that one's interesting. Thank you, Dalton.
So we do have this one that didn't provide any insight, but I included it because we all are listeners of his show. So founder of KSR, Matt Jones, says, I have no clue. It's a great question. It's got to be a cheating song.
So he still leaves it wide open.
Okay.
Still leaves it wide open.
Okay.
Central Kentucky musician. He's a member of the Stick Tight band, Stick Tight Atkins. Says he believes K13 is Jose Cuervo by Shelley West.
Brand of tequila.
And his reasoning is it simply makes sense. Former Kentucky Opry member, native Floyd County, and bassist for Central Kentucky band One More Round, Kenny Boyd, says, to me, that song reflects the good times in her life since obviously she had a very bad experience with her man, or maybe what she now wants from her man, to be shown something good rather than the hurt she holds and places on all men when she's in that mindset. I've always thought it would be a song like Kiss an Angel Good Morning by Charlie Pride.
Oh,
That's a nice suggestion. I like that.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
Heidi, she is a karaoke jockey, so I guess we call those KJs.
Okay.
At Still Tracks in Lawrenceburg, place I frequent and sing karaoke quite a bit. She says, I think it was a specific song that the writer had in mind, but also wanted to make people think about what song would invoke that emotion for them.
Ding, ding, ding.
But then you all know me. I couldn't let her slide with that, so I pressed her on it because that's not good enough. So she said, He Stopped Loving Her Today by George Jones.
Okay, so she's going way heartbreak.
Yeah.
Ain't much more heartbreak song that exists than that one.
And that was my last one.
Okay, so before we move to Rennie, because Rennie's got a special presentation in it, I was just thinking when you mentioned about two submissions ago. Who was that? Kenny
Boyd.
Okay, Kenny Boyd. When you were quoting him and what he was talking about, it popped in my head. What if her man, and this may have some bearing on the answer and all that. What if her man was Doyle Hargraves? I mean,
We don't need to practice.
We don't need to practice, Randy. So, because he would be real tough to put up with, you know.
Yeah.
So that may change your minds about some stuff. Okay, so now Rennie's got a special presentation with his submissions, maybe. So we're going to throw it to Rennie.
Okay, throw it to me. Let me get my stuff ready here. You got me? You got me? Am I coming in clear?
Have you got a laser pointer?
Yeah, I do. But
Now, this isn't going to narrow down who you think it is, right, Rennie?
well, we don't know what's going to happen. All I know is I've heard George Strait a couple of times, and I'm really leaning toward that one. So, I mean, there's a couple of results at the end of this. The point of this is kind of really make sure our criteria, we can all agree on it, because we're going to have to figure out what K13 is, right?
Yeah, bullet points.
So,
Pictures.
Well,
Just be
yeah,
careful.
But before we do this, do we all want to go around and give what we think it is?
Nah, let's wait till the
Nah,
end.
let's wait.
no, because this, hopefully, this will help us hone
Sure.
in.
He's trying to sway some
Because,
opinions here.
Like I said, this has a result based on data and analytics, but I think I'm going to already change my pick toward the end anyway. Here we go.
You got to be careful though, because if you say it's what song one more time, it's like Beetlejuice and a black hole is going to form.
Not happening. Okay. Can everyone see my slides?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yep.
Great. Okay, here we go. Her favorite song. Does it matter?
Mm-hmm. I
Yep.
think so.
He doesn't think so. Sorry, guys. That's it. That's the end of it. No.
That's it.
Well, see you next week.
Okay. All right. Now, there's two main elements here we are looking at when trying to decide what is K13 or theorize what it could be. We got the music video and the lyrics. Are you with me? You agree?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Music video analysis. I see a seasoned wooden exterior, a classic royal honky-tonk aesthetic, and it's a Phillips 66 sign, not a Route 66 sign.
Okay. So that.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
What does this mean?
It means
Well,
it's not on Route 66.
Well, it could be.
Did you
It's
drink
kind
it at
of
a
playing
gas
off of
station?
that. Phillips 66 is, oil company.
They're Gulf now,
representation.
right?
So, could be. Phillips 66 tells me, and why this matters is location influences what records are stocked. So, I'm going with Texas is the location here,
Okay.
given by the Phillips 66 sign. And now the jukebox. So, obviously, we're dealing with a jukebox that plays 45s.
Right. That's a
we've
funky jukebox.
Already kind of picked
Is that
this
a
out.
Wurlitzer?
It
It
is.
Yes, it
a
is.
Wurlitzer. It's a Wurlitzer. I'll get to that later,
Okay.
but it's a
Sorry.
Wurlitzer.
The keys
Jukebox
player
implications.
got excited.
Yes. Only songs that were released on a 45 can qualify.
Wow. You went
So
that
this
deep.
eliminates any CD era exclusives. Deep cuts were hardly ever pressed to 45s. So, looking at the lyrics, K13 is her favorite song. If you play it, you might have a chance. So, favorite song does not equal partner slow dance. The song must work as a solo movement because she's simply by herself. It's enjoyable. It's familiar. It's repeat worthy. That's what that says. Now, the tequila distraction theory, we've already heard some submissions that they got distracted by the tequila. They think it's some sad, sappy song, probably like a George Jones,
Yeah.
But tequila, that's not her baseline emotional state. Okay. She's triggered by the straight tequila nights. Okay. Thematic clues. Just remember, Hearts on the Mend. I talked about this earlier. So to me, that tells me the
It's a big
song
clue.
is going to reinforce healing, flexibility, endurance, not the rage and bitterness tequila does.
Endurance to drink another shot.
Endurance.
Endurance of life, man.
Okay. Oh, we're talking big picture
Jeez.
here. Okay. My bad.
Gosh. Okay. Now, let's review. For me, my analytics are telling me it's a Texas setting. It's got to be a 45 RPM available single. Pre 91, danceable solo. If I had to choose for the sake of this presentation, I'm already telling you I'm not going to do it. But the analytics told me it was a Tanya Tucker song. She's a Texas artist. She's from Texas. And she was a jukebox staple. The song is Strong Enough to Bend, released in 1988, distributed as a 45. I confirmed that. And it's kind of a mid-tempo song. You can dance solo, you can partner up and two-step it, and it's a song about resilience.
Okay.
Just remember, her heart's on the mend, but I'll have to leave it there for a moment.
Okay. Well, that was deep. He
was.
did some major research. Ryan, are you impressed? You have to be impressed.
I'm impressed. That's way more thought than I put into it.
Yeah, the 45
give you
availability
stuff for
thing,
2
that
thoughts.
was something I never thought about.
Yeah.
And it didn't trigger in
Yeah.
my head. Every time I seen the jukebox, my reaction was, what a weird jukebox.
Yeah.
I didn't think about, that, yeah, it is playing 45s, and the song would have had to been a song on 45. So that was a nice presentation there, Ren. That kind of makes you think a little bit. Yeah.
Well, you're welcome. And I think I'm already going to switch my pick, so it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, whose line is it anyway? Everything's made up. The points don't matter.
So now we have gone through our submissions from all the people that we reviewed on this, that we presented the question of what is K13 to. And now it's time for a special guest, Ren. Is that somebody there with you?
Let me go. I think I just heard him pull in.
Okay.
Well,
I'll check my phone.
before we do that, I had a special guest too. Do a recording to announce mine.
Okay. Well, we will do that when we announce ours.
Okay, we're
At
not
the-
there yet.
No, at the end of the show, because Rennie's got a special guest
I got
coming
too
up.
excited. I thought Rennie. I thought
We're going to go ahead and get the guest on? Okay, I think
Yeah,
I thought
so.
Rennie's special
you might
guest
as well.
was just going to tell us what it was. That was kind of final.
Kind of feel
hope
like
it's
we're going to be
Jack
impressed
Kroger.
by this.
All right, I'll be right back, guys. I got to go get him.
Okay.
I won't be able to hear you.
We can review our submissions so far.
Yeah.
We had Don't Close Your Eyes, Love
Okay.
to Lay You Down, 2 Dozen Roses, 3 votes for Straight Tequila Night, which is the front runner.
Ah, gosh, here
Yeah.
it comes.
Working on My Next Broken Heart, The Dance, Don't Rock the Jukebox, Please Mr. Please, Unforgiven by Metallica, Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys, Old Time Rock and Roll, The Electric Slide, Funky Cole Medina, You Look So Good in Love, which seems to be the crowd favorite, When You Say Nothing at All, Tequila Sunrise, Jose Cuervo, He Stopped Loving Her Today, and Rumor Has It.
So Mark Stevens was the one that had said Tequila Sunrise, right?
He did.
You think it was a correlation between Straight Tequila Night and Tequila Sunrise?
I think
so.
some people tied that
I didn't
together.
put that together.
Well, Stick Tight did that too, but he done it in a different way. He said a brand of tequila
Right.
was his choice, and Jose Cuervo.
And that's, I lean that neither are tied together.
No, I wouldn't think
I would
so.
agree. I
It's
would
her
agree.
favorite song that puts her in a good mood. Maybe her and her friends sing loud, even though in the bar she had no friends. It was,
There was,
her and
there was
I didn't even
nobody else in the bar.
She had a friend as a bottle.
Right there.
was.
Just have your seat right there, buddy. You'll be all right.
But the bar
Mhm.
didn't have a lot of patrons because when John Anderson and his band were there, they were in her bathroom. So John Anderson was standing outside the bar, so he didn't even go inside.
I think he was inside at the beginning, wasn't he?
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
He
yeah,
was
you're right.
inside, yeah.
You're right. So 2 people in the bar,
Yeah, but his band was like, I'm not going in there. We'll stay in the car. You go in.
and we're gonna go to the bathroom.
We'll do it.
We'll meet you in the bathroom.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Hey, guys. My name's Mr. Hackey, your podcast counselor. Okay?
Hello, Mr. Hankey.
And I'm here. Hey, guys. I'm here to settle this debate once and for all. Okay?
Okay.
So, guess what? It doesn't matter.
Oh, he's got a PowerPoint too.
It doesn't matter. Okay?
I think he had a little
Oh god.
little wardrobe malfunction there, Mr. Hankey.
I have this jukebox in my basement, okay? K13 is not a valid selection, you guys, okay? Because it is a Wurlitzer 2240 jukebox manufactured in 1958, okay? Yeah. Oh, excuse me, fellas, my glasses keep falling off. So, thank you for making this presentation for me, by the way. I needed some notes So as you can clearly see, on the other side, on one side, we have the one from the music video, okay? And the one on the right is clearly the same make and model as the one in the music video. So we can definitively say, okay, that it is the jukebox in question.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
we can confirm pretty easily because, like I said, I have one of these jukeboxes, okay? K13 is not a valid. Oh, oh, oh,
Buh.
oh. I've had a hard day, fellas. Here is the layout of this particular model jukebox, and okay, there is no K13. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay. So all I can conclude, fellas, is every listener can insert their own memory, their own song, their own woman. Okay. The song is about the woman. It don't matter what the real song is. Okay. So there you have it. Okay.
Have you had any tequila tonight?
Just a tad bit. Okay. Okay.
Oh my god!
thank you so much, Mr. Hanky. Big fans here on the Songs of FM podcast.
Now you may recognize Mr. Mackey is my cousin.
Mhm.
Okay. I am Mr. Hackey with
Mr.
an
Hackey,
Hackey.
Well, in that universe, there was a Mr. Hanky too. So you're Mr. Hackey.
Mr. I'm aware of Mr. Hackey.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Mr.
Okay.
Hackey, thank you, Mr. Hackey, for joining us on our
I'm
podcast.
in a-
And you know,
I'm in a big hurry. I got to get back to where I come from. Okay. So I'll be right back.
okay. Thank you, Mr. Hackey, for your input
would
on.
you- Help me down the steps, would you?
Did anyone piece together? He sounds a lot like Mr. Garrison.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Mr.
Probably
Garrison.
related.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that was pretty impressive. I wonder how Ren pulled that one off to
Man,
get someone of the ilk of Mr. Hackey.
we better start using some real sponsors if we're gonna have to pay these guests.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
really.
up?
That's
don't
where our
like-
checks are going.
Conclusion was that it doesn't matter. So if we're paying him, I don't want part of my Blockbuster money going to that.
No.
Okay. Because it is the opposite opinion of yours. Is that what you're
No
saying?
one's touching my Crystal Pepsi. It's staying in my fridge.
Hey, I got sent a free beeper the other day.
Nice.
Yeah, it sure did. Doesn't work because they don't have that network anymore. But
Oh
I
man.
got the beeper. So, and so you can't call it and you can't type in, boobies. So it's kind of a letdown.
Dang.
Kind of
That
a
is
letdown.
I can set you up with a carrier.
Can you now?
Yep.
Still pager carriers existing?
Yes, there is.
Is it singular?
Well, that's AT&T now.
Nope. Singular wireless still around.
Yeah.
Turn the bell south, then AT&T.
That's
Or
it.
bell south to singular, then AT&T.
Okay. So who is the carrier for pagers these days?
American Messaging.
American Messaging. Okay. So maybe I'll need that because I got my.
Oh, Rennie's back.
Hey, Ren, how you doing? That was an interesting guest.
That guy's nuts, man.
I would have to agree. So he put it. He had a nice little PowerPoint. Did you do the PowerPoint for him, or did he do that?
He gave me some notes, but yeah, he didn't have time to do it himself. So
Okay. All right. Well, that leads us to the last portion of this show and us revealing our picks on what we think K13 was or wasn't. So I think I'll start with James on this one. James, let us know what you thought K13 was.
So, our only popular pick was "You Look So Good in Love," George Strait.
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of went the Dustin Hoover route.
Okay.
I thought it could be a rock song. Thought of not something that's gonna make her fall in love with somebody or want love that night,
Okay.
but someone to have fun with. And funny enough, I chose a Bob Singer song as well.
Really?
But I went Night Moves.
Good
Oh.
song. Good song. And I'm witness to the fact that women do love that song.
Yes. And so I think it was Night Moves.
That's a good suggestion. Chris, what you got?
Well, when I first listened to it, I was not thinking the way I think now. Because I was thinking, she's heartbroken, blah, 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 whatever. And I was thinking like Empty Glass, but that's going to just make her drink like 5 bottles of tequila.
Right. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I could be in a good mood, and that song makes me want to.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and I do kind of like the theory of the paradox.
Oh no.
I do. I
Don't
kind
do
of like
that.
it.
Some men just like to watch the world burn.
That's a cheap exit.
Well, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I don't really have a song. I think it would be something of the long lines like Bob Seger, or something like that, or maybe, I mean, it could have been even a Vince Gill song.
Okay, so you're sticking with the country theory, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Maybe a little Liza Jane.
Yeah.
So that your pick is just simply a Vince Gill song, or
Yeah, something like that, because I mean, not a particular song that I can think of.
okay.
Maybe Don't Let Our Love Start Slipping Away.
Now that one be when you might want to check the date.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah, that's
That's going to be pretty close.
I think it's I think that one might be past.
Now I kind of went with what Hoover suggested in the whole rock versus country thing, but I did stick with the fact that I thought it was an up-tempo song that was popular in a few years prior to that would have more than likely been on a jukebox in rural America. But it was a song that stood out in the pop genre in the 80s. I think that it was We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off by Jermaine Stewart. I think that might have been one that you found on there, that
Wow.
K13 was way down the list because, as Rennie presented, or Mr. Hackey presented, that K13 jukebox did not feature a K13. And Ryan McCoy, in his suggestion, said that his jukebox didn't feature K13. It went all the way up to K9. So I was going to go against the grain a little bit and pick a pop song, a good danceable pop song. And I landed on We Don't Have to Take Our Clothes Off by Jermaine Stewart. So y'all familiar with that tune?
I
We
am
don't
not.
have to take our clothes off.
You could be making
to
it up
have a
right now.
good
I
time.
cannot tell you.
Well, I'm not. You can check that out. Jermaine Stewart. He was an androgynous cat from back in the 80s that did that song. It's a good song. So now I'm going to throw to the bookends. Here are the important opinions in this entire argument or debate. We'll call it a debate, not an argument. So
before you do,
okay.
the way you were talking, I thought for sure you were going to say a Pat Benatar song. And it got me thinking, what if Love is a Battlefield? Could have been the song.
It could have been. It could have been. But that would, to me, that would piss her off and make her want to fight. That she's like, give me that tequila. Pat
That's
said
true.
so. So,
Fire and Ice.
but that was it's a good suggestion. Okay, so we're going to start we're going to do the bookends here. So I'm going to, because I am Team Ryan, I'm going to make Rennie go first. Rennie,
What?
it's your turn. Oh, so but
About
you're
what?
he's just gonna lean on his PowerPoint that it doesn't
No,
matter.
I'm not.
Okay.
No, it's still, my data points are still hitting with the Texas angle. Okay,
Okay.
we've already heard it. I really like the "You Look So Good in Love" George Strait angle.
I like that a lot too.
He would be a jukebox staple. It's in my location matters category
Mhm.
of Texas, and that's my pick.
So okay, You Look So Good in Love. That's got 3 picks. So all right, Ryan, I'm going to let you go last.
All right. Well, mine was released in 1980, so it would have been on most jukeboxes in 1992. It was the 24th number one for this artist. Has a good toe tapping beat. Probably a good sing along after you've had a few glasses. Not much
Of
makes
tequila
me
or
happy
Chablis, because there's 2
either.
different songs there.
Oh, that is true. I figure I wasn't even relating that to her. I was relating that to just the song in general.
Okay.
Not a lot makes me happier than a modulation, and this song has a few of them, and it keeps getting lower. Most
Okay.
songs modulate higher,
I know exactly
one
what
goes
song you're going
lower.
to say.
which signifies it's closer to getting laid down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nice segue.
And I have a guest. I'm not going to say who it is because he wants to remain nameless. I'm not going to say who it's not, but I'm going to play this for you. Pre-recorded it.
Is this an audio clip?
It is, and I've got it loaded, so we're good to go. I'm going to hit play, and you're going to get some. Stand back.
Okay.
First, I'd like to thank my
Crank it up there, bro.
to thank the Song of FM for letting me chime in on this podcast. Now, I've known Ryan for probably about 10 or 15 years, and he's a good feller, and in my opinion, he's a genius in the music world today. It kind of reminds me of somebody like I'd say probably Prince. Now,
Oh, that was sweet.
I've been talking with him about it. This is what we came up with, and I think the best way to do it, just to tell you, it's probably by us doing it by just the singing. And here's our song of what we think K13 probably was.
There's a lot of ways of saying what I want to say to you.
I knew that was the song.
Songs and poems and promises and dreams might come true. And I won't talk of starry skies, moonlight on the ground. And I'll come right out to tell you I just love to lay you down. Now I have to say that was pre-recorded, and that was while I had him capped. I mean, while he was. I've changed my vote, and I'm with you. It is 100% has to be George Strait. You look so good in love.
So that's the definitive. Who was that? Was that Harold Jenkins? Couldn't have been.
That was the best name in country music,
Okay.
but I can't tell you who it is.
Well, it couldn't have been Harold Jenkins, a.k.a. Conway Twitty, because Conway passed away several years ago. But that was a good suggestion of the song. But we have landed on a winner, it seems, that 4 different people have voted on it. I think it wins 4-3 on the Paradox, thank God.
Yeah.
So the definitive winner of what was K13 is George Strait's You Look So Good in Love. That's who. Yeah, we got that one. All right,
I think Old Time Rock and Roll is worth like an honorable mentioning because that is a
Absolutely.
pretty good angle.
Or
Absolutely.
just Bob Seger in general.
Night Moves. Is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
honorable mention.
For that era, Bob Seger, Bad Company,
Yeah.
AC/DC, you would see those on jukeboxes. Rod Stewart, that would have been.
Yeah.
We can delve into some of his songs. Well, that wraps up for us, anyways. The mystery of what was K13 on the jukebox in Straight Tequila Night by John Anderson in 1991. We want to thank you for listening to the Songs of FM podcast. This has been S1E5. You can find us on all the podcast platforms. James, it's on what?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify. I think Amazon features one. There's several out there, so you check that out. But if you want to get your eyes full of us, you can go onto YouTube and check us out
I
there.
recommend that with this episode, especially with Rennie's presentation,
Yeah.
Yes.
visuals that occur.
Mr.
I-
Hackey.
I was out of the room, guys.
Yeah.
I was.
So there it is, the thumbs up.
Thank y'all for listening. We will see you next time.